This enemy's strength dazzles me. You can do this. What's your next move against them? How will you turn the tide?
All right, fellas and fillettes, good to see everybody. Thank you for being patient with me. Let me just tweet that we are live and we will get started. I apologize for the delay, but obviously there's some breaking news and I could ignore it and we could just get right into the show, which is about demos and which one's going to be the best and blah, blah, blah. However, I imagine some of you guys are going to want to talk about the Phil Spencer news, which we will do, and then we will get right into the show. So just let me, I've had to adjust on the fly, which is, why not? I can do that. But one moment. Okay. I think we are now ready to start. Let's have a bit of the bubbly. One moment, my dear friends. You goddamn right. So look, this is indeed a show called Last Demo Standing. We tried it the other day. And what do you mean turn it up? Can you guys hear me okay? We tried this the other day, and this is the day that YouTube had its, it kind of fell apart everywhere. And so we barely got 20, 30 minutes into it. We had to kill it. So this should go a lot smoother. If you're tuning in to watch Last Demo Standing, which is a new show we're trying over here on the channel, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, maybe it'll be the start of something beautiful, or we'll never do it again. But I like the idea of it. But if you're tuning in for that, scrub ahead a little bit, because we're probably going to spend the next, 10, 15, 20 minutes talking about Phil Spencer, maybe a little bit of Bluepoint. I will be on Colin's show, Sacred Streaming, Monday at least my time, 10 a.m. That will be a live show, and I'm sure we'll be talking Bluepoint, Xbox, all that stuff. But for today, we'll definitely talk a little bit about it. Can somebody give me an audio check other than Gun Gun? Gun Gun is saying that the audio is pretty low. I just turned up the gain. Are we good to go, or do I need to adjust it? Test. Can you hear me? But yeah, that's the news right now, that Phil Spencer is retiring from Xbox. Sarah Bond is stepping down. Matt Booty, for some fucking reason that I can't fathom, has been promoted. What the fuck? Has been promoted to Chief Creative Officer. I think that's the role they've put him into. God knows how he survived. And then the new president, or the new CEO, is going to be, let me see what they gave Booty first, real quick. Matt Booty, yeah, Chief Content Officer. And the new person is going to be Asha Sharma. She was previously the head of Core AI at Microsoft. She hasn't been in games very long. She actually, before Microsoft, she was the founder or the CEO of Instacart. The COO, Chief Operating Officer of Instacart. So, we know where this is going. But anyway, I think it's interesting. A couple of things that I think are cool about this and interesting and worth discussing briefly. The first one is, this is probably the end of Game Pass as we know it. That will make a lot of you guys happy. I don't think it's a good thing. I've enjoyed Game Pass, but as I've always said, if Game Pass lasts for another 5 minutes or another 50 years or 50 years, I will enjoy it, and I have enjoyed it. It's been a great ride, but what I think ended up killing that situation, probably now that the dust has settled, the one thing I got wrong, because I valued the shit out of it. A lot of people always said it's the best value in gaming, and it was. And I am speaking past tense, because I think this time next year we won't recognize Game Pass. It's going to become kind of like PSN in that it's going to have legacy titles. They'll still keep their subscriptions going, but I think the days of day and date for Call of Duty and all of their first party shit, I think those are long gone, or will soon be long gone. But I think the thing that I got wrong that was echoed or mentioned to me, but not as the number one reason, but I do think this ended up being the nail in the coffin, or the main coffin, is that people don't play games like they watch movies. Because I have ADD, because I have a stream, because it's part of my job, I play lots and lots and lots of games. I play more games than almost anybody I know. I don't finish them, but I play pretty much almost everything. And in that, it was great for me, and it became sort of the normal for me of how I consume video games. But I do think, unlike a Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever, people get a game and they're good with it. We're not even talking about the Fortnites and the Robloxes. We're talking about just like if you go out and buy the Indiana Jones game, or you go out and you buy Ghost of Yote, if you're a normal person, that's your game for the next 1 to 4 months. So I get it. That makes sense. My guess is that is what ultimately killed or kept it from becoming even bigger than it could. So I do think that will be the end of Game Pass as we know it. I think it will remain, but it will become more like it's kind of where they put their old stuff, and maybe they charge $20 or $9 or $15, and maybe they do stuff where they try really weird, unique stuff. Who knows? I have no fucking clue. But I do think, yes, I think it's I think it's done. So the other thing that's interesting there's two other things interesting about this to me off the top of my head. I haven't had any time to process it, but one is that this, Satya guy, who is the CEO, had said that Phil Spencer made the decision to retire last year Is that true? I don't know. And he's been overseeing kind of this new CEO, getting her up to speed. He's going to stay on as a consultant until the summer. I don't know in terms of public companies, if a CEO makes a decision to retire, are they obligated to report that? Or probably not, because just because somebody's going to retire and him and the CEO have decided that's going to happen, I don't think they're, like, as the kids like to say, fiduciarily responsible to let the investors know that, because this is, I think, the first we're hearing of it. It's not like with Bob Iger that we were like, oh, we know he's leaving Disney, but he is the CEO and Phil Spencer wasn't, so who knows? The other thing that is really, really interesting is the fact that this woman is coming from Core AI, and she talks about that. She actually... Here's what I think is, I think these guys, when it comes to console, they are going back to what they know. She says, we will celebrate our roots with a renewed commitment to Xbox, starting with console, which has shaped who we are. It connects to the players and fans who invest in Xbox and the developers who build ambitious experiences for it. I think they are going to build a box. They are going to go back to charging $60, $70 a game for the most part. They're going to try to basically take on PlayStation with being the biggest publisher in the fucking world. Now think about that for a minute. They probably won't do this, but now without Game Pass, do they charge less for Call of Duty on Xbox? Do they do a bundle on Xbox? And because they're not going to keep it from PlayStation, of course. But I think that's interesting, but I think the writing's on the wall with that. But then she goes on to say, we will build a shared platform and tools that empower developers and players to create and share their own stories. My guess is all of these companies at this level are looking at Fortnite, and they're most importantly looking at Roblox. And especially with this woman's experience with AI, with the stuff that we're seeing a lot of these AI companies do. I know that, like, Google Gemini 3 is not making actual playable video games yet, and I know there's issues still with persistence and things like that, but I think it's clear, if you look at what Roblox is doing, if you look at what a lot of these other companies that have launched, like, make your own game just by talking into the computer systems, I think you're going to see them sort of trying to become a Roblox maybe for core gamers. That's just a guess, but that's what I think. She then concludes by saying, as monetization and AI evolve and influence the future, we will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. She actually said that. That actually made its way into corporate speak. Games are always and always will be art crafted by humans. I disagree with that, but fine. And created with the most innovative tech provided by us. So I do think specifically you can say that, but they're, when Roblox, and they do, when Roblox has introduced the ability to basically say, make me a sports car that's blue and drives like this, and it bloop, pops up, that's AI, my friends, and that's what we're going to be seeing. So it should be interesting. So it's never a boring day in the industry. That's a lot of fun. People are like, oh, well, now what's going to happen, Jaffe? I thought Phil Spencer was going to buy Blue. Yeah, sorry. I didn't know when I made my tweet 24 hours ago or whenever it was that Phil Spencer was going to retire. So yes, now he's not. Do I still stand by? Excuse me, I just had Panda Express. Oh my God, play Poppy Playtime. No, we'll talk about it. I'll get to that. I'm doing this right now. Come on now, Dager. So yeah, Bluepoint shut down. I'm sure spending a lot of time talking to Colin about that on Monday. Yeah, it sucks. The CEO came out and said, I don't have it, I'll paraphrase, but the gist of it was, I've learned a lot being at Bluepoint over the last X years. The most important lesson is that, something along the lines of business is business. So basically, I think suggesting that end of the day, no matter how great they were, they couldn't make the numbers work. And I don't think that was them saying, my bad, we fucked up. I think that was them saying, can you believe fucking Sony took one of the most talented developers in the console space on the planet and just shut them down? Now, for all I know, a bunch of, there's things we don't get to know, right? We don't know if 4 or 5 of the key people, maybe they left when their last game got killed and they were in a rebuilding mode because they're, 60% of the real heart and soul of that team was gone, right? You don't know that. So all we're doing is judging them based on what we know, which is their last product, which was Demon's Souls, which was brilliant. But assuming that not much has changed at Bluepoint, it does seem like a ridiculous choice to kill that team. And all I was saying when people were like, "Oh yeah, Jaffe," so yeah, people are so stupid. They're like, "Oh yeah, Jaffe, yeah, send them over to Xbox and Microsoft will shut them down." Yeah, guys, we know the industry, as we can see by the last years, is horrifically unstable. And if you try to work in AAA, God be with you. I think you're a fucking moron at this point. If you make a choice to get into that fresh, don't. But if Bluepoint can keep the team together, and they haven't scattered to the wind after God of War multiplayer was canceled, and they're still that great team we know and love, who gives a shit if after one game Microsoft gets rid of them? Or who gives a shit if Microsoft buys them and they survive for two more games and then they get, it doesn't matter. It's the team that matters and how that team sticks together and travels with that institutionalized knowledge. That's what I'm saying. It's a trapeze that as of yesterday was called Phil Spencer. As of today, maybe it's going to be called, what is her name? This new lady, Asha Sharma. It doesn't matter if they cancel it. It doesn't matter if they ship 2 games and kill the studio. The team stays congealed. They give us more great games, and then they jump to Capcom, or they self-fund, or who knows. But all of these fucking people. Oh, Xbox. People should take an IQ test to talk to me. That's what I think. I'm tired of dealing with stupid fucking idiots. But anyway. Okay, so let's see. Golf Franchise says, when's the SOCOM remake coming out? I don't know. I don't think I think that's a really bad decision unless you're going to, I would absolutely not trust the goddamn SOCOM fan base don't remake SOCOM at all. You make a game like it, but the goalposts have moved, the bar has been raised, the SOCOM fandom is fractured, so what they like is a lot of different things. I wouldn't remake that goddamn game. Prince Green says, times are hard, man. I don't trust the new CEO. I don't know the new CEO. I know that they're not very game-centric experience, but they're saying all the right things. But how hard is that? Willie Farnsworth says, SEC regulations are obligated to disclose if CEO retires. Right, and Phil was not the CEO. So then in that case, maybe it has been over last year. I don't know. So anyway, though, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So there's really not much to say about it other than, unless someone's got some really breaking news or some insight. I think it's going to be interesting to have Xbox back in the game as a company that charges for their games again. I think that's going to be very interesting. That the CEO is still saying, yeah, you'll be able to play our games everywhere, but console is our future. We'll see where it goes. But Jaffe says, Francisco, Scott Rhodey needs to lead PlayStation. There are too many mistakes by Herman. Yes. Look, I think, and I'm sure we'll talk about this on Monday too. I don't want to, get too far into it right now, but I think the fundamental issue with, you don't know where Herman starts and Jim Ryan ended. I think most people will agree that a meaningful portion of PlayStation pivoting to live service made sense. Because you have to. Look at the study that was reported yesterday that just came out. The majority of gamers now are playing on cell phones. They're playing on things like Roblox, specifically Roblox. And they cited one other thing. But everything else, the traditional video game AAA space is not growing, it's shrinking. And so this idea that you don't have to pivot, you do. And they have, and I think that part was smart. And all it's going to take is Marathon to come out in a couple of weeks. And if it's the next big thing, everyone's going to be saying, see, that's the business model. You throw 10 things at the wall. If one sticks, everything's great, right? But I will say this. I think the decision to put Jim Ryan in that role was the beginning of PlayStation's current challenges. I'm not saying PlayStation is done by any means, but I think Jim was the wrong guy. It should have been Sean, and Jim outmaneuvered Sean politically. And then Jim treated some of these classic, incredibly important people terribly when they got them out of the building, basically. And I'm not going to get into too many details, but there were incredibly value, again, back to institutionalized, not institutionalized, well, I guess it is institutionalized knowledge, but not that kind of institution. But there were incredibly valuable executives that, let's just say, they would have never let Sons of Sparta go out. Sons of Sparta now sitting at a 68, 65, something like that. That was a mistake. And then putting Herman in the role instead of someone like a Scott Rhodey was a mistake as well. But Herman's political. I mean, everyone's political at that in any role, but certainly at that level. But Herman outmaneuvered and Jim outmaneuvered. And hopefully now you reap what you sow, and they're learning that the best talker, the fastest talker, the smoothest guy, the best guy who plays the political game is not always the best guy to actually be the visionary when you're dealing with creative products. You're not selling washing machines, Sony. You're selling entertainment. You're selling art. You're selling heart. You're selling soul. And in that, you guys fucked up with Herman and you fucked up with Jim Ryan. So reap what you sow. Enjoy that. And yeah, I agree. Somebody give Scott Rhodey a fucking call. You goddamn right. You goddamn right. Okay, you guys get the, oh, and Shu, well, yeah, Shu as well, no doubt. Shu should still be there as well, but Shu made it clear that he was kind of forced into a position, which I think he was great for indies, but look, this is the problem with people who don't know anything. They don't know anything. I remember sitting in executive offices, people I liked at Sony, and they said, a lot of these people, Jaffe, they don't play games. And I'm like, but they're running the fucking, they're ruling the fucking roost. How do they not? They don't play mobile games. They don't play PC. They barely play console games. But if they go into the board of directors or they go into the upper ups and they can talk a good game and talk about, service games and Fortnite and look at this and look at that, you can kind of wipe the floor with these guys that are going in with the Crash Bandicoot t-shirt like Layden. I'm not saying Layden walked around in board meetings with the Crash. Come on, he's a smart guy, very smart guy. But my point, though, is that when you're selling entertainment and you're listening to the slick suit and not the person that actually goes home and games and knows this product, you get what you fucking deserve, said the Joker. Not the bullet, but you get the failure, and I hope you fucking choke on it for a while and come back even stronger. Goff Franchise, thank you for the super chat. He says, Jaffe, did you play the Jaws retro release this week on PS5 and Steam? We're going to need a bigger boat. I know what it is. I never liked the NES version. It was kind of a big, confusing mess. But what I like about the Jaws retro that they just put out is they have kind of a new version of it that uses all the pieces, and it's not just quality of life improvement, but there's more of an RPG element to it and stuff. So there's too many things to play. I doubt I'll ever play it, but I thought it was cool that they did decide to jump into that. Luda, thank you so much for the super chat. Very generous, coming all the way from the Eiffel Tower. He says, concerning the God of War trilogy remake, if they incorporate the new over-the-shoulder view of Nordic, how do you think they will be able to manage the giant battles like the Hydra Colossus with that view? Well, I think a couple of things. I think they probably are going to do the over-the-shoulder view because they've already done it. I think my guess is that I always get his name wrong. It's not Vasquez, but Bruno Vasquez or whatever, who was one of the directors on God of War Ragnarok Valhalla, which I think was excellent, has a section in those games that is basically Kratos returning, quote returning, it's in his head, to ancient Greece. And you get to be on the boat with the Hydra. Well, not the Hydra, but you get to be on the Hydra boat. You get to be in Pandora's temple, and it's all over the shoulder. It's all old school Kratos model. And it was a great deal of fun. The real question is, and I don't think they are going to do, I could be wrong, I don't know, I'm just guessing, but I think you would have to be not spending a great deal of money. And maybe they're not. Maybe they're like, look, we're calling it remakes. They're remakes. We're doing it beginning to end, new art. We're adding some things we cut. So it is a remake, but most of our money is going towards this other big IP that we're doing internally. If that's the kind of game it is, then I think it probably very much will be sticking to the old camera. But my guess is no. My guess is this is going to be a big deal, and it is going to be a brand new camera. And maybe when they get to the big battles, they can, I'd be very curious if you suddenly got to a big battle and the camera pulled back or was more cinematic for places, what would you need to change about the fighting system, or would it just simply work? I mean, you wouldn't be able to do the right stick and stuff, but we'll see. We'll fucking see. But Tyler says Jimmy Ryan was terrible, but didn't kill Sony. Well, Sony's still alive. They're not dead. They're still here, and after Bluepoint's gone, Sony will still be there. Calm your drama. I'm not giving any drama. I look, Sony is in a state right now of relatively uncreative, uninteresting stuff. And if Xbox would have been an actual competitor, who knows what would have gone down. I'm not shitting on them. I'm not saying they're dead. I never said that, but I definitely think they got this generation. They got a get out of jail free card, which is the competition didn't really show up other than things that are taking time away from their games that have nothing to do with Xbox. So yeah, no, they're still here, and they'll be here for a while. I think. I just think that fundamentally you need to get rid of Herman, and you need to put some people in, whether it's Rhodey or not. I would love it to be Rhodey, but whether it's Rhodey or not, you need to put people in there that understand their product, that understand what they're making, that are. I'm not saying put a gamer in there and he don't give a shit about nothing but games. He's a rebel. I'm saying put somebody in there that at least likes games. And, you know, to Phil Spencer's credit, the guy was a pretty core gamer. And just like Rhodey, just like Shu. That's what I would fucking say. All right. I don't get why people are so obsessed with new God of Wars being over the shoulder. It's like people only understand third person over the shoulder. I think the problem a lot of people have is the current camera might be a little too close for a lot of people, but I never had a problem with it. But that's what I hear. Is Sony in the Death Stranding right now? I don't know what that means. Thank you for the super chat, Golf Franchise. Is Sony in the Death Stranding? I have no idea what that means. If he paid for it, and I would love to answer his question respectfully. I love Golf Franchise, but I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Okay. Okay. All right. Can we get one more Horizon? I mean, that's the other thing, right? And stop with the fucking Horizon shit, Herman. Get over it, man. Get the fuck over it. I'll tell this story briefly without any details. Let's just say that when other games within Sony were winning awards and they were up against one of his Horizon games, people I know who were at Sony who got the awards that year, Herman was not very gracious about it. He was kind of a petty little dick about it. It's like, dude, Horizon, sorry. It didn't connect. Sorry. I don't know why you're fucking obsessed with it. It's fine. Make some more, fine. But the world is not clamoring for more Horizon, buddy. The kids aren't buying the Horizon toys. They're not dressing up as her for Halloween. The halls of Comic-Con are not filled with Aloy cosplayers. It didn't happen. I know it hurts. Drawn to Death didn't happen either, Herman. It sucks. And I'm chained. I didn't pick myself up and make another game. I said, fuck it, I'm out. But you just keep making the same goddamn shit? Nobody wants that shit? Good God Almighty. All right. Okay. I'm going to switch gears now unless I'll give you guys the final word. Sorry. Here we go. I'll give you guys the final word on this. Then we are going to switch over to Last Demo Standing. Because I don't know. Yeah, I've seen an Aloy cosplayer, Aloy, whatever, Carlos. I'm just saying that most of them, not so much. Not so much. Most people don't give a shit about that character. But here's the deal. We're about to switch gears to Last Demo Standing. I've been wanting to try this show because whenever I just play demos, people check out. And I get that. I totally get that. Because I don't even like watching people play video games for the most part. I like to play fucking video games, okay? But there's so many cool fucking games out there that I wanted to come up with a way to maybe show people stuff that you might be missing. And maybe that's just me being egocentric. Like, Jaffe will find her own shit. We don't need you. Possibly true. But let's give it a shot. So here's how this show works. It's called Last Demo Standing. There is a very high production value tower, as you can see. There it is right there at the end of the show. There will be one demo sitting at the top, which will be based on the way it goes. You need to see my that's the end. Okay? We're going to play 7 demos today. The way it works is each demo is only going to last 10 minutes. We're not going to play the whole fucking demo. I have played through every single one of these demos, though, and so I know what works. I know, like the other day we tried it, and some of the demos crashed, and it was blah, blah, blah. So everything works. Everything's loaded. Everything's ready to go. I have play. Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me fix that real quick. You guys are saying the audio over there. Let me fix that real fast. Hang on. Okay. There we go. I didn't even know that had sound. But yeah, so this is our tower, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here's how it's going to work. I've played through all the demos, and each demo gets 10 minutes. We may end up extending. Like, I'm not going to start the timer until the intros are all out of the way, because that really wouldn't be fair. But once we actually start, each demo gets 10 minutes, and then if the chat wants to extend the demo and see more of it, we will extend it, but only if you guys want to see more. And after that, I mean, you can vote whenever you want, but I would prefer, and I would advise you guys to only vote at the right time when you've seen enough to make a decision. But I'm going to put a link at the top of the chat in YouTube real quick, and the demos that we will be playing. Let me show them to you real quick. And I don't want to give you guys any heads up, but I have played through all of them. We have some very, very good demos that we are going to be looking at today, but I'll leave it at that. We're going to be playing Darwin's Paradox, and I don't know if this is maybe we'll do it in this order. I don't know. We'll see what I'm feeling. But Darwin's Paradox was shown at Sony State of Play. It is from Konami. We will be playing the Replace demo that a lot of people are talking about. That's been in production for a while. It's kind of the Limbo inside Cyberpunk game. We're going to be playing Dark Pals, which somebody was asking about Poppy Playtime. There's some similarities between the two. Haunted Lands, which I think is I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you Arcane Eats, and I'm going to show you a game called Trimman, and it's a shooter. And then I'm going to show you, I think you pronounce it Denshin Attack. And this is that game where you control the train in Japan, right? So we have a lot of stuff lined up, only 10 minutes each. So we're not going to play through every single one of these fucking demos. I tried. Prince Green says you should try the demo John Carpenter's Toxic Commando. I tried to play it, and I couldn't because it crashed. I downloaded it. It crashed every time I went to fix my first vehicle in that game, because vehicles are a big part of that game. And I couldn't get any customer support, and I killed it. And then all the other reviews have just been pretty negative. People who are playing it are like, it's kind of shitty. So I'm not really all that anxious to give it a play. So, okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Let me give you guys this. If you want to vote, you have to be signed into YouTube. I'm not getting your email or anything, but it is a YouTube form. You can only vote once, and you have to be signed in. That's why. And I'm going to put it right here. What's it called? So if you want to vote, and we will see who ends up being at the top of the tower. It's there, and then I'm going to pin it to the top. Why can't I pin that to the top, man? What? Hang on. Go to channel. Hang on, fellas. And then I'm going to pin it to the top. Okay, 1 second. There we go. All right, so that is now at the top if you want to vote. But we will start with, and the good news is, like Brett Moore says, well, I couldn't get through Darwin's Paradox. I found it boring. So I did get through it. And I don't want to tell you if I liked it or didn't like it, but I will tell you that if you guys agree and you are watching me play it and you don't like it, then when the 10-minute timer runs out, if you guys don't want to continue, then no problem. We'll move on to the next one. We're probably not going to finish any of these because very few of these are under 10 minutes. But my guess is if I'm sorry, a lot of people disagree with me on this, but if you can't judge a demo within the first 10 minutes, then sorry, that's the demo doing something wrong. That's what I would say. So, okay, so we will start. Let's start with replaced is what we'll do. Jaffe, I'm curious, says Ludo, when you play games, do you play them as a gamer taking the game for what it is or analyze it? Oh, I can play it as a fan. Hello, David Seeger. Thank you so much for the super chat, Ludo. I play games as a fan. When I'm doing consulting work or if I'm really, stuck and like, why do I like this or why don't I like this? Like the other day when I was playing Sons of Sparta, which I did not like at all, I did go back and make a video and I was like, okay, let me try to figure out where this game, because I knew my knee jerk was something's not right. And that motivated me to make a video going, let's explore what's not right. In my opinion, it's all subjective, but you can't do an RPG justice in 10 minutes, says Matt. Well, there are certain demos that are better for this format. I probably would not put the new Dragon Quest Reimagine on here because I don't have the patience for it. I played it for an hour and I'm like, yeah, no thanks. It's too much talky talk and nothing's happening. And plus, like you said, you can't do it in 10 minutes. So there are going to be all the demos I've picked are demos that I think that will show well, but we'll find out. Does Sons of Sparta have gore? Not that I found. I did not play that yet. Umagari. No, I will, but I haven't yet. Okay. Here we go. This is the first one. We are going to start with this game, Replace, not Returnal. Sorry. I am looking forward to the sequel. Give me a minute. Let me get the timer going. Okay. Let me move it over here. And, okay. I'm going to start it and then pause it. I just want to make sure it's right. Let's say 17. So this is kind of a work in progress, so bear with me for this. 10 minutes. Okay, here we go. This is Replaced. I will not start the timer yet. We'll wait for the opening cinematic to end. Yeah, the Pragmata demo was fantastic. Audio mix is terrible. Let's fix that too. All right, tell me if this is better. Is the game too loud now, or is it better? All right, I'm gonna wait. How's the game sound now? Is the audio with me and the game better now, or no? Should I turn myself up a little bit? Test. What do you guys think? Okay, better. All right. Hit me up. Okay, this Reach says, actualizing our status, our work at Phoenix Corp, me as an AI, you as my creator and operator, Warren was flawless until today. Reach says, grief over the death of your only friend and my co-creator, Steven, caused critical overload that blew up my servers. A damaged neural interface somehow transferred me into your body, Warren. This guy's Warren, I guess. The damage control squad arrived at the burning lab not to help the survivors, but to eliminate them. We had to flee. Our escape forced us beyond the Phoenix City wall. Our priorities now are to survive, get back to the lab, return your body to you, and uncover Phoenix Corp's motives. Okay, here we go. So you're this dude, Warren. This game is a... Oh, let me start the timer. Here we go. 1 second. Okay. The game feels like a more action commercial version of something like Limbo and Inside, which I like those games, but they tend to be a little arty-farty for my taste, even though I loved Inside. So this kind of has a very flashback out of this world feel, which I love. I saw somebody call that a cinematic platformer today, which I'd never heard that term, but I like it. Archives state those who live outside the walls are provided with all the necessity, but outside the walls, or here is the place is fucked up, is what it says. But yeah, I love the look of this game. I love the animation of this game. The art is... I mean, again, I know I don't mean to keep harping on Sons of Sparta, but, you know, it's your fucking main IP, Sony. Give it a little love. What are you doing? I never understood that. I still don't understand why they gave that game to that team. Nothing's wrong with that team. They've made a couple of good games, but you're going to give them that? The fuck? Can't they use a voice? I guess they could, but they're not. To let you experience the combat more thoroughly, the demo features Huxley gun ability, which is obtained later in the game. Okay. Counter. Yep. Okay. And this is coming to Game Pass, actually, day one, although they did just move their... This was supposed to come out next month. It's coming out April 12th, I think, now. Oh, you can't dodge that one. Shit. So when it goes blue, that's when you do your counter, if you can time it right. The district was part of Phoenix City before the wall was built. This is I'm gonna let myself get killed here just to show you. I love the sniper shot here. There's a guy on that train up there shooting at you, which you'll see in a second. But it respawns you right where the checkpoints are pretty generous. So keep the damn car steady. I'll get this asshole, says the sniper. All right, reach. Those people threaten. You got to get past them. So here's what happens if you get in the light. Maybe. Come on now. Right, okay, so you have to avoid it. Okay. This game is called, I always get the title of this game wrong. It's not Returnal, it's the fuck is this game called, you guys? Something. Replaced, yeah. guy says, oh, it's a hunt night. Okay. Gavin says this is a yawn game, personal opinion. My question is, do you like games like Limbo and Inside and Out of This World and stuff? Oh shit, no face cam. Sorry. I need my face. I didn't mean to do that. I'll put my face back on after this demo. Well, actually, I'll put it on now. Just so it's consistent with all the other shit we're doing. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, Limbo. I thought Inside was better than Limbo, but yeah. This area is getting progressively hostile. We managed to survive. Oh, no. Let's go this way first. What's over here? Scanning it. Eviction notice. You're hereby notified to vacate, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm not going to read it to you because we only have a certain amount of time, but you can get all the narrative and all that shit with his little PDA. Now, I know a lot of you guys hate the yellow paint, but in a game like this, yeah, Reanimal I have a copy of, and I will be playing that probably this weekend. Which is a similar kind of game, but not as, it's, again, I like games like this because it kind of mixes that kind of game, but it's still commercial. And I'm not saying Reanimal or Little Nightmares is not commercial, but it doesn't seem as, I forgot what I'm supposed to do here. Hang on. Oh, right here. There's your yellow paint for you. It doesn't, this is kind of feels more, yeah, Little Nightmares 3 was not great, but it was the same developer of Little Nightmares 2 and 1. Not this, but that game. I played Out of This World on... No, I played Out of This World on the SNES. I played Little Nightmare... Flashback on the Genesis. That's what I did. I didn't play the OG Thief games. I'm not a big stealth guy. And I imagine a game like, you know, it takes a long time to make. Like, this is very... you know, it's very handcrafted, so I don't imagine it's going to be very long, but... Right, my God, what 2D God of War could have looked like, right? No kidding. Jaffe, this game Styx Blades of Greed came out. I did play the demo for that. I didn't care for it. This is just, I'm not going to read all the notes to you. You get the idea. There's a lot of lore in the game and stuff if you're into such shenanigans, but given that we don't have a lot of time per demo, I'm going to skip a lot of that stuff, but it is in here. But yeah, if this game, this is a perfect Game Pass game too, and it is Game Pass, but yeah, I would still pay like $50 for this game. I complain about God of War being 30, but this is, to me, this so far, if the rest of the game checks out like this, it's totally worth it. Because it's interesting and fun and looks amazing, and why not? Oh shit, that was my fault. All right, we're coming in at the, hang on, let me get past this section first. Like how the sniper, though, doesn't realize the box is moving. He'll shoot you, though, if he sees it moving, but he's just like, I must be going, you know. Well, it's not on Game Pass. Oh, no, 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 no. It's not on Game Pass yet, though. It comes out in April. They just moved the release date. All right, we are at 0 seconds. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put up a poll, and you guys let me know if you want 5 more minutes of this game. 5 more minutes. The poll is up. I will play for 1 more minute, and then afterwards I will make a decision based on the voting. Thank you for the super chat, Ludo, though. I do appreciate it very much. If you want to know my take on Xbox, we talked about that for like 30 minutes at the beginning of this, so... All right, I'll check the poll after this fight. All right, so 72% want 5 more minutes. Not a problem. Here we go. We will add 5 minutes to the meter. Let's do that right now. Okay. Oh, wait. I'm looking at the wrong screen. Hang on. Pardon me, you guys. This is our first episode of this thing. Where the fuck is my... Oh, it's over here. I'm an idiot. All right, here we go. Yeah, I've seen people compare this fighting to, I mean, it's not as deep as Arkham, but the melee, the kind of counter moves are like Arkham a little bit, but it's fun, the combat. The real place this could fall apart, and this is, you know, I'm not going to talk yet about some of the other demos till we get to them, but one of the challenges is, are they going to have the budget to make this more than just the fighting getting repetitive? Like, are they going to have enough unique scenarios, you know, to keep you going? Or if it just becomes a grind of the fighting, as pretty as this game is, I think that would be a real problem. That's not a problem in the demo at all, but it's hard to know where it's actually going with that. To reach the terminal, we have to power up, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But I would rather the whole thing be 3 hours long, and it just really feels like it's, you know, there's not a lot of fat on the bone, and it's just a really well done playable story. Then it starts to feel like, oh, now I'll kill 20 guys and do it in under 30 seconds. And it's like, ugh, come on. All right, can I go up here? Let me see. Are those steps? Those are not steps. I can go up here, though, before let's go up here real quick. Inaugural address. Is he going to assassinate the president? I bet that he's going to kill the president. I assume it's pointless to communicate with him. Termite Tank says, hey, prick, you think you're a big deal? Let me tell you something, brother. I'm going to rip you from limb to limb. Okay, buddy. Get him. The dialogue can use some work. All right, that's the timer. I'm going to finish it because the demo's got like 1 minute left, and then we'll vote and we'll move on. Hell yeah, baby. You see that? Tempest, the action movie coming to theaters near you. The guy's name is Tempest. But no time to waste. Climb up on the wreckage before backup arrives. This game comes out in April. They just announced an extension for like about a little less than a month. It's like 3-week extension or so. That was close. Close but no cigar. Man, you're tough as hell. Getting so far, taking out the termite trash. I better watch out. You'll steal my job. You know I usually grab the newbies right from the pit if I'm swift enough. Oh, whatever. Name's Tempest. I am Reach. Hell, like Richard or the Bloody Homicide or whatever. Just joking, dude. The dialogue's not good. Who am I to judge names? You're okay, Reach. I'm taking you to a safe place. Catch your breath now. They talk, blah, blah, blah. It's not relevant to this. You either like this, but at this point or you don't. Okay. How much to extend, Anna? None, because that's it. That's the demo. That's where it ends right there. So again, that is our first demo and last demo standing. That is called Replaced. If you want to vote on these games, the link is at the top of the chat right now. You're basically voting on if this is a game that you would be excited to play. 10 is, oh my God, I must play it right now. And 1 is like, I never fucking want to see that again. I want to fucking blow my fucking head off. Okay. We will now jump to, how about we jump to a totally different kind of game. We are going to jump to Denshin Attack, okay? Which is, yeah, I loved Returnal, but I thought it was too difficult, and so Saros has me very excited because of the way they're tuning it to make it more, you know, less hardcore, basically. I have not heard of the Lost in Space adventure game. I mean, I know what Lost in Space is, but... all right, this is Denshin Attack. I'm sure you've seen this in trailers and stuff. Let me get it going, and then we'll start the timer for 10 minutes. Give it a rating. Let's see how it compares to the demo that we just looked at. Let me get rid of this poll that's up. This is the kind of game you look at it and you're like, Jesus, is that from Sega? It totally feels like a Sega game. I don't know if a game like this is going to do well because it's so arcadey, but it's, well, I'm not going to tell you. You'll see. It's not casual, Gav. It's not casual in that way. It's casual in that it goes from being a roguelike to a roguelite. So she basically, you play this girl that, and I'm not gonna show you. I'll just walk you through it without going through all the movies and stuff. But you play this woman who, for some reason, drives this shit. She drives a train or something in Japan. Don't ask me. I don't know. I don't understand. And it's like a skateboard. I don't know. Shut up. Here we go. That's the game. But there's a lot of there's lots of reasons to go back and replay, getting time, doing all the dares and stuff. So there is a lot here if you like it. So I'll take you through a few of the levels. So right now I got a rank I can chase, time, and I've got 2 dares to complete. So, and it's pretty in depth. I mean, it's not as simple as it looks. There's a lot of mechanics here to this game. Oh, let me start the timer. Hang on. Hang on. All right. Hang on, I'll reset it. I'm just trying to get the timer started. Control Shift P. The fuck? There we go. Oh, 10 minutes. No. Sorry. Again, it's a work in progress, this show. Give me a minute. You'd think there would be a real easy way to get timers on streams, but it's not as easy as it looks. I don't know why. All right, here we go. So, okay, so there's a little Subway Surfers in it where you have to jump tracks. You can do tricks in the air. You can slam the car down. You can move tracks in the air. You can do turns. If you do the turn exactly right, you get a boost at the end of it. There's a lot to it, but it's really, really fun. And then when you put it all together to get the... Come on, man, look at this. This is some bad shit stuff right here. So, like, you have to hit all the satellite dishes to get a bonus. You gotta jump the... Ah, I missed the jump. I mean, come on, man. Look at this shit. Super. I mean, again, this is one of those games that, you know, you hope they have enough budget to keep it interesting. But so far, they're doing a good job. Ah, shit. You can also change paths and shit. Like, I mean, this is such a Dreamcast game, you know? Which I think is great. All right, there you go. I'll do another track, see what you guys think. I'll get the super chat in just a second. Hang on. But yeah, and then if you like these kind of like get up to all the stars and do all the stuff, it's really addictive. And I love stuff like that. Like, can you get the best score and the medals and all that stuff? So a lot of it's built around, you know, replaying tracks and shit like that. Yeah, what is it, Tech Protect? What just happened? You have a shield by your name now. What's up?
Look at the outfit.
Okay, I can't right now. I'm doing the show right now. That's really cool, though. That's really weird. It's a new one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at that.
Oh, I like it. That's nice. Where'd you get that?
We just got delivered. I think you have one waiting for you. Yeah.
Oh, nice. It's cool looking. Okay. Yep. All right, here's a different track. Okay. I don't know who made this. I want to say if this wasn't made in Japan, I'm going to be very disappointed. Sometimes the truck or the bus kind of gets into this little... like where the front of it's lifted up, and I'm not quite sure what to do about that. And you can reskin the bus and unlock skins and shit. It's pretty cool. I'm getting nervous when it gets this fast. Cocaine bus. Yeah, exactly. Totally the cocaine. It's a train, but yeah. Oh, shit. What'd I hit? Okay. What am I hitting there? Come on, Jaffe. gotta focus. I'm losing my rhythm here. All right, come on, Jaffe. Jump at the last second. I think I know what I'm doing now. I'm jumping too soon. Shut up, Jaffe. Just do it at the last second. Yeah, Tech totally fucked up my flow. Thanks, Tech. That is a cool jacket, though. Tech just came in with his locale crypt jacket. It's really sweet. Come on, Jaffe, you shithead. Oh, okay, I got it. I didn't know that you, if you don't, you actually can fly off the track. It just doesn't animate that way. So if you don't do the tight turn, you're kind of fucked. Motherfucker! I'm gonna take this track. Fuck that path. Okay, here we go. This is it. Damn. Oh, shit. It's like the Mario flagpole. There you go. Okay. Boom. Do you have to race other players? Could be. I don't think so. All right, we'll try one more track, and then we're going to run out of time. So this is, this is this game. Let's see if there's a new track I haven't done yet. I think I've only unlocked 3. Oh, I know. Yeah, you only get these 4 in the demo is what it is. Let's change trucks or whatever. What are these, trains? All right, this will be our last one on this demo, then we'll move on. Unless you guys want to extend it. You guys let me know in the chat. I'll put up a poll after this and see if you guys want to extend it. Oh, this is the tutorial, okay.
I'll get it right this time.
Oh, there's the trick part. Oh, trick part, okay.
I won't give up.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to the trick. Because I haven't played that yet. All right, now this is probably not something I would do, because I don't like things that are this open in games like this. But
Three, two, one, go!
oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could wall ride. Oh, cool. Oh shit, that's awesome. Maybe I will like this mode. Oh my god, that's awesome. Thank you for letting me know about this. I had no idea. Okay, stop doing that, Jaffe. Oh my god, that's awesome. Okay, this is the shit. There we go. All right. Boom. That was awesome. All right, there you go. That, if you guys want to extend it, let me know. We won't put a poll for this one because my guess is you guys have seen enough, but not because it's a bad demo, just because you get the gist. This is Denshin Attack. So unless you guys hit me up in the chat, I'm going to move on to the next one. But again, click on the top there if you want to go over to the Google form and vote. I'll let you know at the end which demo was the last demo standing. But that is Denshin Attack. You goddamn right. That's pretty cool. Okay. Okay, we'll do Darwin next. Darwin is from Konami. Maybe we'll do Darwin. Let me see what else. I want to make sure we're doing it the pace properly. Okay. Excuse me. What else do we have up today? We have... yeah, I'll do Darwin after. I'll do one of the smaller demos that you probably haven't heard of, and then I'll come back to Darwin next, which is kind of a bigger budget demo. But okay, this is going to be a game called Trimman, which I had never even heard of. But it is a first-person shooter, and that's all I'll say about it for now. Let me reset the timer. Okay, reset. Okay, here we go. So I've already played through it. We'll go to the scrapyard. And I will start the timer. Now, in some ways, well, here, I'll show you. I'm sure I'll die at least once, so I'll explain how death works in this game in a couple minutes. Pretty brutal, both thematically and visually. And let's see, this is the door I'm looking for. Okay. And it kind of, in some ways, feels. Hello, Milkmaster. Good to see you, buddy. I've been well. How are you? The enemies are really aggressive in a cool way. They really feel smart and disturbing. It's a very strange little world. And you can hear them coming. I don't know if you can hear. Like, the audio's really good. I'm not sure if it's coming through on the stream, but like you can hear when these guys are running up. Like right now there's no one coming, but someone's in here. Where are they? I'll get the super chats after this demo. Sorry, I can't. This is a demo that needs all your focus. Yeah, the game is kind of depressing. It's very there's no doubt. It's like this game was made in Eastern Europe, really? It totally has a Doom or a Quake feel though, which I really like. Okay, so when you die, what happens is you only have 5 lives to get through it, right? But there's a little bit of a Souls gameplay where now you can respawn, and if you can get back to your stuff, you can pick your stuff back up, right? So... So my stuff, there's my stuff right there. So now I got my gear back, but I lost a life. Okay, so let's see. See, I hear somebody coming. Someone's coming. That's the real creepy part, is you hear them. And since you know you only have 5 lives, there's a real neat tension that the game gives you that you don't really get in most shooters, because you're like, ah, fuck it, I'll try and die, try and die, try and die. It's got one of those, you know, go back to the beginning if you fucking die. If you lose all 5 lives, I mean. Where are they? And this gives you double jumps and more maneuverability. Not sure what I just picked up, but I'll take it. Okay, is that the green door I need? Let's see. Maybe it's over there. No, it's gotta be that green door, okay. Okay, I have no idea where I'm going. Okay, we go through the door, we'll see the steps. Okay, we already did that one. Okay, it's got to be this, but we go up here. Is it over there, maybe? Oh, maybe it's up there. Oh, here we go. I don't like this gun. I want my shotgun back. Okay. Okay, where are we going? God damn it. Does the game have secrets? I'm sure it does. It's called Trimman, I think it's called. And the demo is out now, and you can get 2 levels, basically. 2 levels and a tutorial level. But there you go. Let me know. Let me put up a poll, see if you guys want 5 more minutes, and I'll finish the level. If not, we will move on. But one moment. Let's put the poll up. Here we go. All right, the poll is up. I'll do some super chats while we're waiting. It's at the top. Let me know if you want to extend or you want to move on to, we'll get to Darwin's Paradox next. I lied, definitely last question. I don't mind. Ask all you want, buddy. Thank you for the very generous super chat. Bluepoint shut down when it was a studio producing a lot of what people were asking for, and the live service fatigue, I've lost interest with them. Well, they've only put out, I mean, they put out a bunch of games, but the last game they put out was one of the best games on PS5 even to this day, which is the 2000, whatever it was, Demon Souls. So I haven't lost any interest in them. I think that Demon Souls is amazing, and especially when they lost God of War multiplayer, I was actually kind of excited. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, we're going to get a Bloodborne." I'm like, I don't think so. Because it's already been made clear that until From wants to do that, it's kind of in a holding pattern. But I think there's plenty of things you could do with that fucking studio. I think, I mean, but again, like I said at the top of the show, is it possible that that particular studio had some shit where after that game got shut down, a bunch of the key guys left, and then Herman Holst is left going, well, they're going to have to rebuild. It's going to be another 8 months before they're ready to kind of, if that was the situation, I think a lot of people could understand it, but I don't think that was the situation. But I don't know. Gavin, thank you for the super chat. Crimson Desert, are you on board with the hype? Fuck yeah. I'm very excited for the game. One of my favorite games so far I've played this year, I know it came out last year, Ghost of Yote, which it seems like an astounding open world game. People who've actually played it say that it is really, really great. The company has come out and pushed back against some of the complaints that, because the other game they have out, which is an MMO, is sort of microtransaction heavy. They've come out and said there's not going to be microtransactions, I believe. So I'm very hyped for it. Totally excited for that game. Absolutely. I'll be getting it day one. Phil and Sarah Bond given the boot, says Gavin. I feel bad for Phil just because he knew the product they were selling and seemed to enjoy it. Yeah, no, I mean, I always said, and I stand by it, that I was a fan of Phil Spencer's vision. I really, really was. But I think at some point where you go, okay, well, that didn't work out. And I'm a little weirded out by the fact that Matt Booty got promoted. You'd think out of all of them, but again, we don't really know the politics of what's happening. Okay, so that was Trimman. We're going to move on to our fourth game now. Again, if you want to vote on where you put that, 1 is I never want to see that again. 10 is, oh my God, I just wish listed it. I can't wait to play it. That gives it a 10. I'll let you know at the end of the show who the last demo standing is. But for now, we're going to move on to a demo that they showed a couple of, last week, I think it was, or the week before, which is Darwin's Paradox. And I'm not going to say much about this, but it has a bit of an opening, not a long opening, but I'll reset the timer while the opening. And again, if you want, after 10 minutes, we'll end it, or we can jump into 5 more minutes of gameplay if you guys want to see more. But let me get this rolling. No, Gavin, don't worry about it. I appreciate the support for the show. Thanks, buddy. All right, I will not start the timer yet, though, because doesn't take a lot to get going. It takes a few minutes. But it's worth it, because I had no idea what kind of game this was. I love Marvel Snap. I'm a huge Marvel Snap. I mean, we can talk about Marvel Snap later in this show or a different show, but I'm a fan, though, yes. And I used to love Hearthstone. Yeah, Konami made this. I didn't know this was like a real release. This is pretty fucking neat, man, in that sense. Okay, we're going to start a brand new game. Okay, this is the beginning, but I'm not going to use it as a timer because in a couple seconds it's going to go into a quick cutscene. So you're this little octopus who I guess is named Darwin. That's all I know. Don't ask me anything else. I don't know. Oh wait, can you guys even see it? Yeah. All right, you can see it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I had no idea what kind of game this was. So, all right, we'll start it right now. Let me start the timer, and we will get rolling. All right, here we go. All right, so that bird's trying to get you, and so you've got to kind of sneak inside these things. Otherwise, he'll get you right away. Yeah, I have no idea who made this, which I know Konami published it, but this is a pretty interesting... You don't expect Konami to do this, but it's pretty cool. And all of the detail in the background and shit is just amazing. They put the effort in. Oh, no, 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 no. So this kind of like replaced is very Inside Limbo inspired. So we have a special assignment, Darwin. Gear up, do your usual job. Fate of a world's in your hands. We believe you food is up to something nasty. You must infiltrate their factory, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you get the idea. Yeah, I enjoyed this so far better than the demo for Little Animals, actually. You can go that way, but there's nothing over there. And he can camo himself as well to hide from the lights. So if you get caught... Oh, I guess I have to go this way, actually. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's in the Metal Gear universe, obviously. Which is crazy. They said they let them do that. I mean, it's Konami, so it's like, yeah, if you're gonna let somebody mess with your license, give it to a developer that, you know, does something interesting. What? What are you talking about, Jaffe? Nothing. I don't mean anything by it. What's cool about it, too, is it's not just stealth. Because if it was just this, I'd be really bored of it. Because it's stealth after a while gets really boring to me. But there are stealth sections. But even the sections that are stealth are interesting. Like this, you have to be careful because you can hit these things. These cans. He hates these cans. Shit. Fuck. But they're real, again, they're real generous with their checkpoints. So you have to restart that far back. Shit. Okay. I'll try not to jump that one next time. Oh, I agree, Elbin. Hey, Anna, just think of the super chat, buddy. Yeah, of course. Hit me up. I'll check after this demo. It wasn't fast enough. Ay, ay, ay. I didn't understand this part because I guess there's a point where you can get inside people's bodies later. But I was never able to do this in the demo. To fit with the silly humans, we must fit into our human suits, but I don't think that's in the demo. All right, let me get up to this section and then we'll decide if we want to keep playing more. Yeah, you can camo indefinitely. I mean, it's not OP though. Definitely. I mean, as you can see, it's not like I'm... Move, dude. Let's go. Hello, Pixel. No beard and pipe today, baby. All right. There's a lot more, but we'll see if you guys want to keep going or not. Let me put the poll up, and if you want to stop with this demo, we can, or we can move on to the next one. All right, let's say 5 more minutes. But there's a lot of gameplay variety. So I'll get past this road, and once I get past the road, I'll check and see if you guys want to keep going or not. It's kind of hard to judge depth here. I love the camera angle, but I wish they would have put some stuff in the road to give you a sense of where the cars are gonna. Motherfucker. Okay, let's see. So right now we are at, yeah, there you go. Hey, Daniel, what's up, man? Oh, 76. Okay, we'll keep it going for 5 more minutes. Give me a second. That's not the right timer. Hang on. Right, here we go. All right, so we'll go for another 5. So there's rats down there, but you can't fight the rats. They'll kill you, so you basically have to avoid them. Yeah, okay, you can't go anywhere there. Now, I'm assuming there's a Metal Gear reference coming up, but I don't know. I mean, I've played the Metal Gears, but I don't remember this. That's a Metal Gear reference, like one of the bosses, I think. Middle 4. There is an underwater sprint. Do I see any of the profit on the ads? A little bit, not much, but a little bit. Yeah, if you have YouTube Premium, which is really out of all the sub-services I have, is the one I would recommend. You don't get any ads, which is great. All right, let me get over to this section real quick, and then we'll decide if we want to stop. All right, there we go. What do we want to do? Are we done? I'll put up one more poll if we want to go another 5 minutes and keep playing, or we'll move on to the next one. Totally up to you guys. The poll is coming up right now. We're close to the end. Good news, I swan dive from the bridge and the people at the bottom. Oh, I'm so glad, King of Clingers. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're healthy. Did a new poll just go up? Did I just put the poll up? Thank you for that, buddy. Gavin, thank you, bud. For the next Super Chat, he says, my question on Korean and Chinese game studios coming out of nowhere, hitting big. Is there an issue with Western currently? Yeah, 100% there's an issue. The issue is, I don't know if they're working for cheaper. I don't know if they're doing more with outsourcing in places. I have no fucking idea. But yes, there is absolutely no doubt. And I'm sure Sons of Sparta, for example, outsourced, and they weren't in America. They were in, I think, Spain. But my understanding is that team was a pretty big team. Compared to like the guys that did the cherry, what are they called? Cherry bombs or whatever. And those are the guys that did the Silk Song game was like 3 people, and then the rest was outsourced. So yeah, I think there's a real shift happening, and the American companies they're aware of it. They've been involved with it for over a decade, but I don't think at that degree. And also the labor is cheaper in general. So, all right, 57% say continue. I'm going to continue for 3 minutes, and we're going to call it because I do want to move on. That's such a low vote threshold that I don't want to be. I don't want to bore people who don't want to watch it. So we got 3 more minutes, and then we'll move on to the next demo. Give you something totally different. Totally different. We'll do 3 minutes. All right, we should be off to the races. Here we go. Last 3 minutes. And you can download this on your own if you want and play it. So I don't know if this is on console right now. I imagine it is, but you guys tell me. But I think this game is incredibly interesting. And what a surprise. I mean, it's just the production value of this game. It's what I like about this and what I like about Replaced is both of them are these kind of, platform, cinematic platformers, but they're not the, again, I'm an arty-farty guy. I love Gone Home. I love art games. But it's nice to see something that feels more like Flashback or Out of This World that's not so much about anything other than just a really cool story and a cool adventure. So, yeah, I dig this. I like this game a lot. Will you buy slop Western shooters? What? Gav, I'll tell you about that in a second. Ask me after this demo. Basically, we do a show every Monday through Friday called Lolcow Crypt over on the Lolcow Network, and in that show, we do a lot more of those topics. It's not just those topics, and we're always debating what we should discuss, but we get more into politics over there, and we get more into the paranormal. I don't really do a lot of that here because it seems to piss people off when I do it over here, so... Dead octopus. I don't know how much this game is. This game's not out yet, is it? Is this game out? Or is this just the demo? Why do I trigger you so much? Who made this game? Comes out April 2nd? Okay, cool. I mean, I know Konami's publishing it, but... Oh, wrong. I had it right the first time. I'd play a James Bond game like this. I mean, I'd play the one they're making anyway, but I'm just saying. All right, there we go, folks. That is the demo for the Darwin Paradox, and let's kill him. All right, you get the idea. All right, if you want to vote on this, well, you need to vote on it if you don't mind. This is happening over. If you click the link at the top, it'll tell you all you need to know to vote on the games. And let's go to the next one, shall we? All right, the next one. The next one is, so we've done Darwin's Paradox, we've done Trimman, we've done Denshin Attack, we've done Replaced. We have 3 more demos to do. Let us jump to... what are the other demos? Well, I know one of the other demos is this game called... oh, we have Dark... We'll do... let's do Haunted Lands, which is very, very different. And then we'll jump to Dark Pals. All right, here we go. There's not much. I'll set the timer, but we're not ready. Hello, Ox Hamadi. We're just doing demos today. All right. Do you want to continue? Okay. All right. So before we start the timer, you can pick. These characters all play really different. This is the hunter. This girl floats and has chain lightning. The werewolf does a close attack. I've been playing with the ranger. I'll play with her today, but and there's other characters you can unlock as well. But let's go with the one I know how to play. Let me get into the level before I start the timer. There is something I don't quite understand yet. These crosses that you have are your lives. Like if you get hit once, it takes a cross. And then this is obtain more wrath from wrath cells. But I kind of get, this is where you go to kind of decide what goes in your inventory. Okay. But what I don't get is you can go into this other room and buy stuff, but I usually don't really have much to buy. But anyway, all right, so you get in the Jeep, and you've got this map that you're trying to get through. It's kind of Castlevania. And let me start the timer now. 1 second. All right, here we go. Why don't I start my own game studio? Oh, God, no. I like doing this a lot more than making games. I like playing them, talking about them, doing videos and streams, talking about paranormal stuff on other streams, politics. If I die, I'll show you guys some of the other characters, but... And there is this kind of, there's a Souls aspect to the game of you can collect this silver and artifacts, and if you go back to the base, and you don't die, you can use those to buy things, but I haven't quite figured that out, exactly, you know, what you get to buy and what it does. And these are just points. Those are not artifacts, though. Oh, the old Nightmare on Elm Street. I can see that. And then she has to reload. Oops. She can't move while she's reloading. And she's got two specials, but her main special is this this charge attack. But so I just lost a cross right there. It's somewhat challenging, this game. I mean, I've gotten, you'll see, getting past this map as a first level, it's not the easiest thing, but it's fun. And so she's got to charge that charge up. It takes a couple of seconds to fill up. Otherwise, you just have these bullets here. Oh, God damn it, Jaffe. Oh my God, I'm so fucked. I should probably just let myself die. I'll do it again. I'll change characters. Oh, no, I won't. Okay, I gotta lock in. I'm gonna ignore the chat as I get through this because I gotta focus. Yeah, I think you have to stand still. Oh, I just used up my super special. I hit the wrong button. I think there's a crossover here. I hate those fucking things. The only sound I don't like is it's hard to tell when she reloads. I wish that was a lot more clear, so I didn't have to keep looking to see if I did it, because it's a little finicky. All right, so this is the second map now. So if you die at this point, you can always, you could retreat at this point, but I don't think I have any treasures. But if I had gotten silver and treasures, you can go back to the base, change characters, and also, here, I'll show you how the characters play different real quick. So I didn't find any treasures, so I can't go to the store. But just to give you an idea of how, you know, this is more than meets the eye. Whatever. So let me pick this. I think I can change characters now. So I'm going to pick this woman up here. So she floats around. Right? So, I mean, they all really play very, very differently. And so now you can choose to go in that new section, which I've not gotten past this new section yet, but so let's see, her attack is this. Yeah, and it only goes so far, so you have to get kind of close. Oh shit, yeah. You've got those wizards up there that are sending, like when it does its spell. All right, there we go. That's the timer. So let's see if you guys want to keep on with this or you want to vote and move on to the next one. But let's see what you guys want to do. Okay, here we go. Oh, wrong one. If we do another episode of this, we will. I'll make it a little more streamlined so it's quicker between things like this. But all right, here comes the poll. Start a poll. 5 more minutes. In the meantime, let me get some of these chats. Loved your GDC talk with Lauren Lanning. Yeah, oh man, that was a long time ago. Yeah, I remember that. That was fun. The Korean and Chinese governments provide very generous subsidies that allow studios to take more risks. Want to say thanks for talking about Under the Island recently on Last Stand Media stream, playing through it now and really enjoying it. Yeah, I played a bunch of it after the stream and I liked it, but it didn't hold my interest as much as I assumed that it would. So, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get to the next hallway and seeing where the poll is, and then we'll make a decision if we continue or move to the next one. So, here we go. So let me, oops, not that one. Did she restart level? Okay, let me go through this hall and then you guys decide what you want to do. And I was telling Colin about this game because it doesn't feel similar in you know, the structure is totally different and stuff, and there's room for both. I'm excited for both, but visually and conceptually this feels kind of like it reminds me of what Colin and the Lilymo guys are working on, which that demo is also fantastic. If you haven't played that, I highly recommend it. It's really fun. All right, let me get through this hallway. But this right here is certainly, I mean, not specifically this game, but this is one of the reasons a lot of people are like, why is the industry in trouble? Because this is like one guy, right? You can make your own shit now. You don't need permission. All right, there we go. Okay. So 56 say no, we are going to move on. So there we go. This is called Haunted Lands, and it's not out yet, but it should be out, I think. I know it's out in 2026, but and we will move on. We have 2 more demos before we crown the winner of last demo standing. So that's Haunted Lands. Now we're going to move. Let me check the list of the voting real quick, because I'm trying to remember what the other games are. So we've done Haunted Lands, Darwin, Denshin Attack. Okay, we have Dark Pals and we have Arcane Eats. We will do Arcane Eats next, and then we'll close it out with Dark Pals, because they're both very, very different, and there's more production value, I think, in it's a first-person kind of horror thing. Is Dark Pals is a very pretty game. Arcane Eats is a very mechanics-based card game, but if you're into that sort of shenanigans, let's take a look. So I've already played through it, so I'll skip through the tutorial, but I'll explain it as we play. There are already games made completely by AI. There's one for sale on Steam right now. I own it. I haven't played it yet, but yeah, no, 100%. All right. Dragon is Dead. I don't know what that is. Okay, so let's do, can I even continue? Okay, let me explain the game, then I'll start the timer. Okay, so what this is you play, it's kind of a Slay the Spire rogue, which I know people are sick of hearing, but whatever. Slay the Spire kind of rogue-like game where you play this chef, but you're making stuff for like monsters and goblins and shit to eat. And you can go to all these places and buy weird ingredients, and they do different things. And you have, you have this, let me see, here's all the cards I have so far. So like star potatoes, and you can stack these, but like this will give, you have to satiate their hunger, right? So star potatoes, if you play this one, gets rid of 4 hunger, but it takes 1 minute to cook, or 1 turn to cook. You can say, I get it, you're LOL, but I'm telling you, this is really fun if you like this kind of game. Sandwich bread is, it'll stack on top of other food. You have to worry about your mind, because when they insult you, you start to lose health. And so these will protect you. This gets rid of a cost, how long it takes to cook. You'll get the, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and try to get you to understand every piece of nuance here, but the way it works though is it's that kind of game. So for example, I have some money. I have 100 gold. This turn, your next ingredient is played twice, or I like this. The Dwarven Deep Fryer is good. +5 timer to each ingredient. No, I'm going to go ahead and buy this. And then let's see if we can buy some more food. And these aren't open every day. You can hire people to work with you. These ladies up here in the fountain, they're closed right now, but you can go to a spa day, because it is a rogue, and for like $50 they'll heal you. But I have 50 right now. Let me see if let's get let's get these. The owlbear is good. Okay, so we're just gonna do a round, and I'm gonna if you want to know my thoughts on Phil Spencer and everything, that is at the beginning of this stream. We talked about them in Bluepoint. Plus, I'll be on Colin's show, Sacred Streaming, 10 o'clock California time, Monday. And Colin Moriarty, will be going through that. Okay, let me set the timer, and we'll play this for 10 minutes or more if you want. But again, this is a demo that you can get right now. And some of these will be in Steam Next Fest, but Steam Next Fest doesn't start for 3 more days. So there's going to be a whole fucking cavalcade of demos next week. Okay, yeah, cooking games are fun. There's some I can show you later that I played to see what would fit into this stream. They're really, really good. Okay, so reset, start. All right. Jamie Watts, I'll look at that as soon as this demo is over. I can't, but love from the UK right back, pal. Thank you. All right, here we go. All right, so so what we do is we open the restaurant, and the way it works is you end up with, you have like a calendar, and you try to get to the end of the week, and every time a judge comes, kind of like a Chef Ramsay sort of thing, and you have different, so this guy has 10 hunger, and he drops dirt cards when they leave, and then they're thinking about what they're going to do next turn if you don't totally satiate their hunger, right? So I have 3 energy. I'm going to put down a star potato. That's going to deal with 4 of his hunger. And then I'm going to put down the sandwich, which is going to be 4 as well because it stacks, right? And then I'm going to play 1 of the oven mitts, which gives me toughness, which will shield me from their insults. If this drops to 0, I lose. Okay. So now it's his turn. Okay. So next turn, he is going to complain, and that's going to hurt my mind, basically. So what I'm going to do, I could feed him 8, but I'm going to go ahead. That takes 2 turns to cook. That takes 1. I can use this to speed it up. And then next turn, he has a mood coming on, but we don't know what it is yet, okay? So let's do, I'm going to go ahead and take a risk and take a swipe there because this is going to be real powerful and this is going to be real powerful. It's a 3-pack and it puts this on every one. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so now I'm out of turns. I'm going to get a swipe from this guy. He's mad, so I'm down to 49. And next turn, in 3 turns, the customer gains 10 impatience and then leaves without paying. Okay. But that's not a problem. I already have enough to feed. Let's see. This guy's going to swipe next turn. I'll go ahead and just... let's see. I'm going to put this here to deal with his swiping. And then I will do... Let's feed this guy. Oh, let's make this be finished now. So that sped up the cooking. I'm going to feed this guy because this guy isn't going to do anything next. So, okay, so he's gone. He pays us. And now we have 1 point left. We'll put up a potato on this one. And he's doing nothing next. So I'm going to not lose any points. Okay. Okay. Now I think this is the boss for the level, Scrum Master. Okay. So this is now ready. I can feed this guy. He's going to swipe for 3 next, so it's good we take care of him. He's out of here. Okay, I could feed... Oh, and he left a dirt card. These are all the cards I have coming up before they reshuffle. All right, let's do... He's going to swipe, but that's okay. I don't have enough to totally feed him. And then you start learning about the stuff they like, too. The foods they like and the foods they want. Which makes a difference. I'm going to play this so his swipe won't bother me. And I'm going to play... This guy needs 21, so I'm going to put a star potato here and end the turn. So that didn't do anything because I put up a thing. Okay, so let's get rid of this guy. Let's feed this guy and send him on his stupid fucking way. What do we got? We have a 12. You know what? That's ready. I'm going to play 2 of these. And then I'm going to feed this guy. He'll still swipe, though, because he's still hungry, but... Or he's mean. He won't swipe. Okay, let's see. Now, there's a waiting list. This tells you how many more you go to till you finish it, right? Okay. We'll do... What is this? 8 points? All right, well, I can at least get rid of... Now, this guy's going to swipe the food. That's what that means. But I should feed this guy because he's going to swipe for 3. And I don't know there's 3. So he should be gone now. All right, so now we have to start again, though. Oh, look at this guy. 20. Okay. So we'll do this, and this, and this. And And we're going to get swiped. But if there was food here, it would knock it somewhere else. But there's not. So, let's see. All right, so that's 8 and 4. I can get rid of this guy. I can get rid of this guy right away. Let's just get rid of this guy. What? Let's get rid of that guy. He's annoying. Now, can we do 4, 4, and 1? That cooks it immediately, and he's gone. So this is our last guy right here. Yeah, I hear you, GSK. 5 more minutes of this, I'm dead. I mean, again, games are games, man. These are really interesting games, I think. You got to get rid of that. Get rid of that. It's not going to help anybody. I'm going to play a potato right here. And he's going to take 2 points. This is a really fucking fun game, though, I think. But again, I mean, you know, that's why it's the last demo standing. It may not be for you. Okay, he is going to swipe the food next. So what I need to do, I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to play this so it's ready to feed the guy. Okay, so he can swipe, but there's nothing to swipe. He's a dick. Yeah, good luck with that bitch. Okay, he's going to swipe for 4 next time, but I think we can take care of him. Check it out. We'll do this, we do this, and then we instantly cook it with the deep fryer, and he's done. Okay. And then what you do, okay, so then you go, you get all your money, you can change the name of the food and stuff, whatever. And then you get kind of the meta of it. So we've dealt with Sunday. Then we have, let me go to the calendar just to show you how it works. So this is basically one run, right? This, and then you deal with the boss. And the demo only goes up till Fire Day, right? So if you're looking to play more, you can't, but oh well. Different stores. Okay, so the staff now, because I have money, ingredient cards with 2 plus the timer gain 2 tough. When a customer leaves, draw 1. I'm going to reject all. The one I really like is the vampire. There's a vampire that if you only play 3 cards or less, he increases your... yeah, I'm going to buy that one. Okay, and then, that one's not open yet. Okay. What's this one? The bottomless pit. Oh, you can get rid of a card. So they're all different kinds of things. Let's see what's in the market. Holy bagel. All other ingredients on the cooktop gain +1 timer. Heavy means that you can't knock it off. Let's go with, too tough. I want the bagel, and I want the golden goose meat. And then there's also these characters. Oh, yeah, I have that staff. Okay. There's also these characters you can, like, meet, and I don't know what it means. So there's all this kind of meta going on of meeting these characters and doing stuff with them. So we open the restaurant. We go to day 2. And let's see. So he will swipe the food if he doesn't get fed by 7 stuff. All customers gain 3 hunger points if you don't feed this guy next turn, which I don't think I'm going to do, but let's see what we can do. Let's do this. And then let's do... I can definitely feed this guy. Because I... Maybe. Nope. Alright. And he's like, fuck your food, bitch. Okay. Alright, so this still has to go 1 more. I thought I got a thing there. Ooh. Okay, hang on. Let's do this. And this. And let's finish it. So we'll feed that guy and he's out of here. And then we will end the turn. Oh, but I got that 3 toughness, I think, because this guy. But let's see. Ingredient cards with 2 plus cook time. But I don't have many of those, so he's going to be kind of useless for me. Okay, so this girl I know complains if she's remaining, and we know that she loves starch. So she's going to dig the potatoes. I'm just going to make a fucking crazy thing for her. This guy's going to swipe. I don't give a shit. So I'm just going to let that sit for now. Yeah, Milo, that game is awesome. The Denshin Attack or whatever. All right, the timer's at the end. Let me do one feed on these people real quick. What does she need? 21. Okay, we're gonna go one more turn, not turn, but we're gonna go. I just gotta now. That toughness makes it so you couldn't swipe it. It's heavy, but now I'm gonna feed her because the food should be ready. I have a deep fryer coming up, I think. Yeah, there's a deep fryer. Ooh. Okay, fuck it. So you can really stack these fucking things, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and put the deep fryer automatically fed. Now watch this. Look how happy. Look how happy. Oh, and she updated the journal, which I haven't seen. And this guy, by the way, if you don't feed him, he's going to give you a card called Shaky Hands, which is a shitty card to have. So now Rosie gets up before dawn, has her market ready to open. Yeah, so it's kind of cool. The better you treat them, the more you learn about all these characters. Okay, there you go. So that is a game called Arcane Cooking. Is our second to last game. And you can get that now on the Steam, or Arcane Eats, sorry. Okay. Let's put in a poll and see if you guys want to go 5 more minutes with it. And if not, we will jump to our last game. Okay, 1 second. Start a poll. Let me end this poll first, though. Okay. All right, there you go. It should be up now. Yeah, thanks, Matt. Like I said, I don't know if look at that 100% no. I hear you. Well, if it looks good, if it's the kind of game that looks good to you, and I think it's great, but these kind of games aren't for everyone. Give it a look and see if it would be it would be a demo that you would like. Yeah, but wow, that's sitting at no one wants to see this. Only 4 people voted. How many people watching this thing? Like 8? Come on now, God damn it. All right, but we're going to move on to the last game. This is called Dark Pals, the first floor demo. Okay. And again, if you want to click on the top over there to vote, to let us know what you think, we're about to count the votes, and I'll tell you what the last demo standing is. But right now, we're going to play Dark Pals. This is available on Steam. All of these are on Steam. They might be on console, some of them. Like, I don't know if that Denshin Attack is currently on console. I have no idea. All right, here we go. Dark Pals, the first floor. Let's start a brand new game. And I'll wait to start the timer until the little cutscenes are out of the way. Okay, let me go start the timer. I'm actually going to set this timer for 11 minutes just because it takes a second to get inside the place, but it shouldn't really matter. Save settings. And start pause. All right, here we go. Hi, champion. Now, somebody was asking earlier about like Poppy Playtime and stuff. I didn't like that game. I don't tend to like games that's just about being chased around and shit, but there's a reason I'm showing you this one, because it's not that to some extent. So you have to sign this, get a ticket. Here we go.
Welcome to a world of imagination. A world of hopes and dreams. A place your child will always remember. They will build, they will climb, they will never stop. Their hopes too high to ever drop. Because here at Upward, the only way is up.
That should be smoother, okay. This is not the FPS with Muppets. I hated that. I didn't think that was very good. Like, there's a lot of games that kind of do this sort of tone, but I have not found them that great. I like the tone, but... He does have the Jaffe glasses. I noticed that. Is it horror? Yes-ish. Yes. Yes-ish. You'll see. Complete 3 challenges to earn a tour of this place. Okay. So that's what we got to do. All right, we can do that. No problem, pal. Let's try this one. Yeah, My Friendly Neighborhood, yeah, I was not a fan of that. Like I said, I liked the idea of it, but that was about it. Did I miss any balloons? Maybe this one. Did we do it? I think we did it.
Woohoo! Congratulations! Grab your favorite toy and let the tour begin. Have fun, kids!
That guy seems so, though, not... Like, he's clearly one of the developers. Like, they could have gotten a better actor for that. Wait, where am I going? Yeah, it's very pretty, I agree. Like, out of all of these games that are kind of in this same thematic, this one seems the most thoughtful. Like, it genuinely seems like the concept and the narrative are more interesting than, like, the ones that are like, they're crazy Muppets. Isn't that's kind of all the creativity they put into it? This seems like there's actually something more interesting about it. No, I have not finished the new retro God of War. I have no intention of finishing it. I played it and I'm good. I played for about 6 hours, 5 hours, something like that. That's all I needed. Okay, let's see. No, wrong one. God damn it, Jaffe. This I found to be a little, you kind of got to guess shit a little bit more than I would like, but like I'm sure there's logic to it, but I haven't been able to totally get the rotating bookshelf logic that it doesn't take me a few trial by errors. All right, I have the key. It goes into that other dude, I think. Hello, Alba Cross. How are you, bud? How you doing, buddy? Tedious, this game? No. I mean, if you like kind of adventure games, it's not an action game, but, you know, it's puzzles and there's some action and there's narrative. You know, it's one of those kind of things. If you dig that, which I do, it's cool. But if you're looking for, you know, something more action-oriented, yeah, probably not this. Like, for example, here, I'm trying to figure out how to get back. I think it's this one. There we go. All right, let's see. Again, the thing is, I've played through this already. It took me a lot longer to figure this out at first, so. All right, let's see. Is it this one? I don't think so. Oh, it is. Okay, there we go.
Please be seated. The movie will start soon. Welcome to Upward, where the only way is up. We offer a new hope for children who want to live a better life. Upward's a place where they become the best versions of themselves. It's a place of hopes and dreams. A place your child will always remember.
Okay, so let's see. Open house. Parents head to the dining room. We'll give you details there, okay? So let's see, insert film, restrain kids, press play, okay. Wait, what? Insert empty film reel, is that it? Restrain kid. Okay.
Please be seated. The movie will start soon. Welcome to your new purpose. Upward is not a choice, it's a solution. You are not broken, you are incomplete. Compliance is comfort, resistance is inefficient. Every action will be observed. Every thought will be analyzed. And every response will be corrected. You will learn to play our way. You will learn to love. You will perform. Submit. Conform. Consume. Perform. Submit. Conform. Consume. Perform. Submit.
All right, the demo's almost over, so I'm not going to worry about the timer. We're almost at the end, so I'm just going to finish it up. Whoa. That's not the end. I fucked that up. And that's the end. Okay. All right. That is the last one. That is Dark Pals, the first floor. Okay, so here's how this show's going to work. At this point, if you go over to, let me show it to you real quick, the form that you can get to by clicking at the top of the stream. It is right here. And let me get the demo timer off the screen. So we've got Haunted Lands replaced, Dark Pals that we just saw, and this is where you can choose your drop-down vote. Trimman that we played, which was the shooter, Arcane Eats, the card game, Darwin's Paradox, and Denshin Attack. Is that how you say it? Denshattack. Okay. So I'm going to go get another Coke. I will give you guys 2 or 3 minutes, and I will be back, and then we will go to this screen. And we will see what the last demo standing is. All right. Back in 2 minutes. Vote now, and we'll let you know who the winner is. PRB. All right. All right. One moment. We will get this rolling. Hang on. I'll put this right here. Okay. All right. Let me go and see the results of the votangoto. Now, bear with me here. K-Nub saying for the super chat, we watching more Evil Dead. If we do a movie wheel soon, we will. Not at the moment, though. Okay. So, let's see. Responses. Here we go. Now I just need to figure out the number... I'm going to feed this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. I'm going to edit all this together if people like the show, because this is kind of going like going to a live taping. All right. I'm looking at it right now. Okay. Interesting. All right, here we go. All right. So wow, that is interesting. That is interesting. Can you guys guess what came in? Wow. These are really interesting. Can you guys guess what came in? The least liked game at number 7, which is staggering to me. I'll give you a couple hints here. The least liked game at number 7, massive slice for 33% and 25%. Very little representation at the top. Okay. So the least liked game, believe it or not, was this Denshin Attack, which I just thought was fantastic, but that was the least liked game. So that drops down here to number 7, which is crazy. The second least liked game, number 6, it has a very large 33% chunk for rank 4 and lacks a strong rank 1. In fact, the number of people who gave this game 8%, there's only 8% of the people were excited for this game at like, I have to play that. So, number 6, let's go that way. Number 6 is, Haunted Lands, which is the side scroller there. There we go. That lives there at number 6. I love the train game. I'm with you. The train did not win. Can you believe that? Yes, I'm tallying the votes correctly. You'll see it. It'll start to make sense. The number 5th game, which was surprise. Even though I like this, I thought this would be last. This game was number 5. This was Trimman, which was the shooter. Interesting. Okay. I'll show you the results in a second so you can see I'm not fucked up. Now, number 4 is a very big surprise. I thought this would be number 1. I think a lot of people did. But let's see. Here we go. Number 4. I'll show you the results. Number 4 was, hang on, replaced. Isn't that something? That is a real surprise. That's number 4. I'll show you the math, make sure I'm doing it right, but that's what it's telling me. Number 4 is replaced. Okay. Number 5, consistent number 2 and number 3 rankings. Let's go through this together. This is the first episode if we do this more than once, obviously. And so maybe I am getting it wrong because the number 3 game was this one was Arcane Eats. I know that sounds crazy. Hang on. All right, it's a work in progress. I'm not trolling. I'll show you the numbers. Arcane Eats. Maybe people didn't know how to vote. Number 6 was the game we just played, which was Dark Pals, which it says Cold Rails. That should be Dark Pals. Sorry. I'll fix that in a minute. Let me fix that now for the edit. 1 second. I was going to do Cold Trails, but I thought the Dark Pals would show better. All right, there we go. There's Dark Pals. And then the number 1 game, the most liked game, was Darwin's Paradox, which I get. Great fucking game. The last demo standing is Darwin's Paradox. So there we go. Let's take a look again. Denshin Attack at 7. Haunted Lands at 6. 5 Trimman. 4 Replaced. 3 Arcane Eats. 2 Dark Pals. And the number 1 last demo standing of the first episode is Darwin's Paradox. Okay. Let me show the results. Okay, here we go. Just to make sure we're all clear on this. Maybe I'm wrong. So 1s is you hated it. The definition was... Oh, I got to show it to you. You guys can't see this. Hang on. And only 12 people voted, right? So I don't, but there we go. Okay, so 1 means you never want to fucking see it again. And 8 means it was your favorite game of all time. No, sorry. 10 means it's your favorite game of all time. And the 10s, 30%, 4 people gave it a 10. 2 gave it a 2 gave it a never want to see it. Right, so it got the most 9s and 10s is why. If you go to replaced, we have 5 people gave it a 4. They just, it wasn't people, it wasn't their kind of game is what it was. So this is accurate. This is sort of 30% gave this a 7. And yeah, so it's kind of like the middle of the road helped Dark Pals. Haunted Lands was all over the place, where the number 1 thing was a 4. Most people gave it a 4 and a 6, so it didn't really do much. Arcane Eats at number 3. Why in the world would that be? Let's see. It got 1. It got 1. I don't know. I mean, the math seems to track. Do a poll in the chat. Okay. Trimman and Denshin Attack. So 4 people gave it a 10. 3 people gave it an 8. You'd think that would be higher then, right? But maybe not. Here, okay, I'll do a poll in the chat. Let's see if it actually holds up. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can do it. I can actually do it. Let me change it right now and not do it a pie chart. I can make that change right now, I think. Settings, presentation. Let's see. Responses. Can I change this? Yeah, I may not be able to change it right now, but okay. All right, let me put a poll up. I just want to see if it does change anything. Okay, start a poll. Fave of these. Darwin. What's it called? Darwin's what? Darwin Octopus is what I'll call it. Replaced. We'll do Arcane Eats. and let's say Dark Pals. Because you can only do 4 for now, but let's just see which one of these wins. All right, the poll is up. You guys tell me. You think it's ranked place voting? Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, well, let's see. So it seems between Darwin and replaced. Dark Power. No one's putting Arcane Eats, but that didn't get number 1 anyway. So interesting. Well, what I'll do is I will take the same votes when I edit this. Darwin's Paradox, yeah. When I edit this, I will take the same votes and I will use the numbers in a different way. And if it turns out that that way makes more sense, but it still works, I'll add that at the end of the video. But so we'll see. But there we go. I have a feeling these numbers are going to hold up, but if it changes, I'll let you know in the video. Darwin looks the most interesting to me, says Crazed Canuck, but I haven't tried any of these. Right, all these are available on Steam right now if you want to play. So here's what I'd like to know now. That's this particular show, right? I want to find out, is this a good, I'm going to put up another poll, is this a good show? Like this today took the place of a gabbinandgames, right? Obviously we open with news with the Xbox executives and all that change. We talked a little bit about Bluepoint. Don't forget, I'll be on Colin's show come Monday in the morning. Sacred streaming. But this, if people like this, I would do this maybe once a week with sometimes demos, sometimes game trailers. But let me just say this. How much did you like last demo standing? And let me put it, I'll give you 3 options. All right, there we go. Start the poll. All right, you loved it, you hated it, or it's whatever, meh. Let me see. Hello, Master Chris. Good to see you. UFO disclosure? I don't know if we got really, I mean, you know, we'll see. It's hard to say. Right now, anything coming out of the White House is probably bullshit just because Epstein files and stuff. But that would be great. That would be fucking great, man. So 71% of the people loved it. 30 said, it's whatever. Obviously, it's going to be better based on the demos, right? So the better the demo, the better the show. But I always do want to put a lot of variety in there. Maybe we'll try it one more time next week. Because it's not Summer Game Fest. It's Steam Next Fest, which means we're going to have a lot of demos. So it may be worth at least trying one more next week if you guys liked it. And I'll see what the numbers do, and I'll see what the edit does. But yeah, so what is it now? It is almost 5 o'clock here. It's like 4:30 in California. Like I said, I'll be back streaming on Monday, and I'll be doing stuff this weekend. I just don't quite know what yet. I'll probably play something tonight, or maybe people really want to talk about the Microsoft stuff. There's not, what else is there to say? But I'll definitely be doing a gabbinandgames over the weekend. You know, I'll be around. I'll be putting videos up and things like that. But in the meantime, though, that is the show. Anna G, thank you so much. Let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats. 1 second. Nope, we got them all. Excellent. Anna G, thank you so much for modding and taking care of us today. I appreciate it very, very much. In the meantime, you guys be well, be safe, and seriously, thank you guys for supporting the show and spending some time with me talking games. If there are demos that you want me to play that are relatively new on the next one that you see at Steam Next Fest, hit me up on the Discord or Twitter, and I will fill them in. I talked already about God of War, but I'll do a video on the God of War remake because I keep getting asked about it, and I'll just do a video on the next, maybe even tonight. So, all right, JSD, hey, buddy, thank you so much for the support over on Crypt and the support here today. You know we appreciate it, bud. Thank you, JSD. Appreciate it, man. All right, you guys, be well. I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.